Slash, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Thank you. It's an absolute honor to meet you. You are the executive producer of the sci-fi horror The Breach, and you scored the movie as well. What was it specifically that captured your interest for this script?
When Rodrigo Guidino, who's the guy who actually wrote the story and is a partner, a producing partner of mine on the film, he sent me the script just after he wrote it, and I just thought it was great. It was something, one of those almost pseudo sci-fi, very sort of 80s kind of slow burn horror movies, and I just loved it from the get-go. So we decided we were going to pursue getting it together. And it's funny because we had the whole production planned, and then COVID hit, and we managed to get it made during COVID in a very isolated spot in the woods in Ontario, with everybody on one location and living on the set. So it was a miraculous thing that it actually got made in the first place.
That's incredible. That goes on to my next question. Music is a great way to connect the audience emotionally to a film. Was it different composing the music for this film during COVID compared to others that you've done?
I mean, I started writing music ideas for based off the script, which is usually where first ideas come from. And so what I was doing is they were sending me dailies, and I was writing stuff to the film on at my studio at home. So it was, it wasn't too difficult to do. I mean, we had specific scenes that I was writing guitar parts for, and they'd send me that scene, and I do my thing. And then I was working with another composer to do all the orchestrated stuff. And so he and I were just going back and forth. I mean, technology affords us to be able to do that these days, so it wasn't too bad.
Absolutely. I did read that you, yeah, because of COVID, you weren't on set. So I
Yeah.
figured there may have been some difficulties in the composing part.
Yeah, no, they were sending me stuff, but I mean, I really did get the a lot of inspiration from the footage that they sent me. But the original ideas were still based off of what I came up with during the script phase of it.
Amazing. That's so cool. What are some differences you found composing music, obviously with music in a band compared to for film?
That's a good question. There's something that happens when you start composing for a visual that just doesn't. It's just completely different than writing when you're sort of trying to put a song together for a band. It was one of the things that really compelled me about scoring, was that I found a different place in my brain that I wasn't really aware of, that is inspired by visuals and comes up with melodies that I wouldn't come up with, otherwise. So it's a lot of fun for me. It's sort of a different kind of an adventure. With film, it's, I think, the right marriage of a good piece of music with the right visual is pretty much the ultimate entertainment experience, and it's always turned me on as a kid and still does to this day. So it's nice to be able to do it.
Absolutely. Well, I know that, like, obviously a lot of hard work goes into film production, and there is a range of different people with different skill sets, like costumes and makeup and effects and props. What new skills have you picked up as a result of working with so many different people?
Well, I've always had an interest in the special effects side of things, and especially um, makeup and practical effects, and especially for horror and monster movies and science fiction movies and stuff. So I have a lot of relationships with people in the effects area, and so that's where I've been learning. The other, I mean, other facets of filmmaking, I haven't really picked up that much more than I knew going in, but I definitely would make up.
I can really appreciate all of the classic horrors and all of the work and effort that goes into, makeup, costumes, and creating all of the creatures from, all the classics that I kind of watched growing up. So I can really appreciate the extra effort. I know as a cosplayer myself, I spend hours, making my costumes, and then makeup as well takes such a long time. So there's a huge appreciation on my end for that.
Yeah, no, I definitely can respect that. And I mean, do you go out and do cosplay festivals and go to you know, Comic-Con type things and all that? That's great. So who's your favorite character?
My favorite is Wonder Woman.
Wonder. Okay. I thought you were going to say Vampirella.
Well, yes, actually, she's on my cosplay list. 100% she is.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people really know the amount of time and effort it takes to put a character together, that whole facade. Yeah.
Absolutely not. No. If you could pick 3 words to describe the breach, what would they be?
Um, well, I would say frightening would be the first one that comes to mind. Um, Twisted is another, and yeah, it's a little gory. So
Frightening, twist.
frightening, twisted, and gory. There you go.
I love that. I know you weren't on set for the breach, but I was going to ask you, what is the funniest or the craziest thing that has happened on set during filming?
Well, I mean, that particular movie, even though I wasn't there, I do know that the entire cast and crew was living in a tiny little motel in the woods. And that my partner, Andrew Hunt, who's one of the producers, cooked for the entire, because there was no staff, because everybody everything's under lockdown. So there was no one working there. So we had full run of the whole thing. And Andrew actually cooked dinner for the entire cast and crew the entire time that they were shooting. So I thought that was a pretty memorable anecdote.
Wow, that's it's like a big family. That's very sweet.
I thought it was cool.
Do you guys plan on doing possibly a sequel?
We haven't talked about, we have so many other things in production. We're about to go into production and development. So that's what we've been focusing on. But you never know. We might go back and revisit the story and see where that goes, because it is a little bit open-ended.
Yes. Well, yeah, I don't want to give away too much, but the ending does leave for that.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing. What can you let me in on what you're working on next?
Well, there's a couple different things. But I don't want to let the cat out of the bag or hit out of the bag and mention any actual titles. Right now, I'm working on something that is a TV series based out of London, and so that seems to be the next thing that's going to come out. And I'm pretty excited about that. It's my first TV series.
Oh, amazing. I can't wait to watch it. And yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I that you're doing this. I really love that. It's obviously you're extremely talented. So going into film production is pretty amazing.
Well, it's something I'm very passionate about and something I've been doing for a while, but it's definitely not easy. And I'm just starting to get a little bit of momentum, where we have things that are actually happening. People
Yeah,
seem to like it. So that's the most important thing, is that when people see it, they dig it.
I definitely did. It gives you a sense of nostalgia, definitely. Is The Omen still your favorite horror movie?
I think The Omen is uh it's just the most well put together, well casted, original story. Just all those different aspects of it all come together to make what I would consider the perfect feature drama horror movie. Yeah.
Are you planning on coming to Australia by any chance anytime soon?
I actually am coming to Australia beginning of next year with the Conspirators, with my band, the Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. So I think it's in roughly around February.
It would be so cool to hear you or see and hear you play, like 20 seconds of either the first or the second, some of the music from the breach.
Musical interlude that I on the acoustic, that thing.
That was honestly,
That's actually not a bad idea, but we'll see. We'll see if that's something that can be incorporated. We'll see.
absolutely. Well, if it can, yeah, please do let me know. But yeah, I watched it. It was like
You're the first one to bring that up, but I'll keep it in mind.
oh yeah, I thought that
Mm.
would be kind of cool. Yeah, I like the
No, you've got great questions actually. So
thank you so much for your time. I truly do appreciate it. And it
I
is
know, it's really good talking to you. Very
amazing.
interesting.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll see you. We'll see you next year.
Yes, oh, 100%. I'll be there.
All right. Well, listen, have a good one. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Slash.
All right. Bye.